Hey everybody, we are at Weeki, Wachee Springs State Park for their annual car show today from 4 to 7 p.m. It is right on Highway 19. If you go that way about 30 minutes, you're in St. Pete. You go that way 30 minutes, you're in Ocala. And we are here today to check out the free car show. It is the only city of live mermaids in the country. There's a water park here. There's a river to go rafting down. There's a place to go canoeing. You can rent all kinds of little boats and kayaks and everything. So we're gonna come here today. It's their annual charity car show. So we will gonna be seeing that shortly. So come back and join us. So welcome to another episode of Junkyards and Barn Finds with Sean, and I'm Sean. Alright guys, we're at Weeki Wachee and some of the cars have started to show up. We're about an hour before the show and we're just going to take a walk around and see some stuff before the music starts. Is this yours?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Sean. I have a YouTube channel called Junkyards and Barn Finds.
Hi.
Then, can you tell me a little bit about it? You seem...
Well, my husband bought it for me for our anniversary in July, so I've only had it since July.
Okay.
And
why do you buy this? Is it something you always wanted, or?
well, we moved here from Virginia Beach 3 years ago. So my sister-in-law and her husband, which is here and here. So when we would come down, she always had a show to go to. So we would always go, and it was just so much fun.
Okay.
So when we moved here, my husband has one, but he's out of town. So his is a teal one. It was in a magazine.
Oh wow. Back
in the 80s.
Right.
So he found that, and then he found me this. So.
Oh wow. What year is it?
It's a 1967.
I'm gonna say it's one of the older ones.
And it's like we have the original stereo in it.
So it's all
it's
like day one.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And a lot of this stuff isn't factory. It didn't come with all.
No.
I know. I'm just kidding.
I decorate it. I learned it from Mary. She's the best. She would decorate all kinds of stuff.
There's something about people that have Volkswagens that feel that they have to set them up as if they're going on a picnic in 1968.
That's it. That's it. I have an old Coca-Cola chest that I stick on top with an old bicycle, a 1973 bicycle, which used to be mine.
Right.
I set that up on top because it's red too, so it's perfect.
Well, they all seem, every time I've come across one around the country, all the VW people just seem to always having fun. But it's a fun car.
It is.
It looks like a fun car.
And then their daughter just bought a Super Beetle, a yellow one.
Oh, okay.
So it is definitely the family. Obviously, I said my husband has one. And their older brother in Tampa has one.
Okay.
So it is a family bug club.
There you go. And this is neat. So this is almost like a off-road.
It's a
Baja Bug.
It's a Baja.
Okay.
Angel, he wants to know a little bit about your Baja.
How you doing? I'm Sean. We have a YouTube channel, Junkyards and Barn Finds. So tell me a little bit about when was it converted? Is it that you converted? Is it?
No, I bought it like that from Arizona. It's a 1970. The car came from Germany back in the 60s. It went to California. It went back to Arizona. It sat on an empty field for 10 years. The guy bought it for $500. Took it to his house, chopped it, and there it is.
Made it a desert bug?
Yes, no roof.
And then how long have you had it for?
I've had it since 2015.
2015?
Yeah, and put new carburetors. I did many things to it.
And it's got the additional shocks and stuff underneath, so that's the suspension, right?
Yep.
Shaved handles.
Yeah. And, with dual carbs and upgrading the motor a little bit.
Wow. Yeah. Well, it's definitely fun.
Oh yeah.
So, very cool. And then this, what year is this one?
It's the 67. This is my wife's car.
Okay.
And it had a little carburetor. Now it's got AC, dual 40 carbs.
Right.
It's got a 1915 motor, and it drives very fast. And she loves it.
So it's a sleeper.
It's sleeper, yeah. It's a sleeper.
So, and it's got the modern Volkswagen wheels on it, right?
Porsche wheels on it, and she decorates it really nice all the time.
Oh wow.
She changes the themes.
There's American graffiti. There we go. So the car should be starting.
XR7, guys, Cougar XR7. Before they were luxury vehicles, they were basically made to compete with the Mustang under the Ford brand. So FMC, the XR7s were Cougars, but they were basically, at this time, they were pony cars. It wasn't until later on that they started putting on the weight and everything. So how you doing? Sean with Junkyards and Barn Finds. We're a YouTube channel.
Okay.
So it's yours, obviously. Tell me a little bit about it. What's your first name? I'm Sean.
Scott.
Scott. Hey, Scott. So tell me a little. Did you build it? Did you buy it this way?
It's a barn find.
Okay. Out of where?
Actually, I found it in Homosassa. The guy got it out of Texas. It's all original metal, no floorboards, no nothing.
Wow. And it's the XR7, so it's the higher package of the Cougar.
Yeah, but it doesn't have the air conditioning.
Really?
That's the only thing that got me on it.
Now, is the block the original block?
289.
So numbers matching blocks?
Board 40 over with aluminum 202 heads.
Okay.
The block is original, but everything else that's in it,
right.
Keith Black pistons.
Had to rechange, do everything.
The quick fuel intake, and all, of course the matching Cougar intake and valve covers.
Right. Is it got a?
We changed the color from that root beer brown.
Oh yeah.
To the beautiful blue.
So. Well, it's certainly sweet.
They had it lowered on little dinky tires, and I went ahead and got the Kragers and put the monster meats on the back.
So, yeah, well, that's kind of day two factory for anybody who had these back in the 70s and 80s.
This is hot rod style.
Yeah. Now, did you have to replace the roof?
No.
So that's that's the original roof then?
Not the original, probably.
Okay, that's what I said. It's.
I'm sure they redid that when they repainted it.
Right.
But when I bought it, the motor was junk. So I went through the motor, went through the transmission, went through the wheels and tires, went through the whole thing, get it running good. Other than that, it was sitting in his barn for like 6 years.
Okay.
Till I got
so
it. I've had it for about 3 now. It took me about 1.5 years to do all of this.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Fun, but they're not cheap.
No, and they're rare now. They're you know, you don't.
I'll be the only one here.
So
more than likely, I'll be the only Cougar 67, 68 here. Even though there's a couple guys. There's the owner of the Dunkin' Donuts. He has an eliminator, a 69 or 70. But he doesn't like to take it out much, get it all pollinized.
Well, you know, it is what it is. So,
can't blame him.
Very cool. Were you at the turkey run this year?
I'm sorry?
Were you at the turkey run this year? I see you were last year. We were here. We were there last year.
I might go with
this year. So, and it's got the XR7 wood grain in there with the round dials.
Yes, sir.
Oh wow. So really nice. Very cool. Well, thanks for talking to us.
Absolutely.
So beautiful car.
It even still has the original trunk mat.
The actual mat?
The actual trunk mat.
Wow.
I changed this out. There's a guy that makes these.
I like the profile. It's almost like, I don't know if you have air shocks on it, but it's got like the, because I'm a guy of the 80s and everybody had air shocks and big M50s. Oh wow, actually with the pattern, that pattern and everything.
Yeah, with the, I don't like it. It's kind of ugly to me, but it's original, so it stays.
Yeah, well, it's probably ugly in its beginning too. So, yeah. But sometimes ugly
works.
So,
but yeah,
well, very cool.
Everything's just really nice and straight. It still needs work. She's a driver though.
And I love the color. Actually looks really sweet with the black roof and the wheels.
Absolutely.
So I mean, it works with the black interior.
Great combination.
And it draws. I mean, you come in here, it's like one of the things. Oh, check that one out. You know? So very cool. Well, thanks a lot. This is neat. So there you go, guys. How you doing? Good. Nice 56 wagon. It's got air conditioning on it, 2-door wagon. So what is the difference between the 2-door wagon and the Nomad? What's the fastest way to tell?
It's called the Handyman.
So this is the 2-door Handyman, not the wagon.
But the Handyman wagon.
Right, but when you have if I had a Nomad, how would you be able to tell by?
Well, how would you be able to tell?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, the windows will slope a little bit different right here.
Okay.
And on the back, you've got chrome strips.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And inside, of course, it's all jazzed up.
Right.
This was a Handyman. This was for.
This was the SUV before there was SUVs for work.
This was a sedan delivery with windows.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Remember the sedan?
Yeah,
delivery?
yeah.
This is a sedan delivery with windows and a back seat.
Okay.
So this was a work truck and a family car on the weekend.
Now, if I remember right, you'll correct me, is if you put the seat down, you can actually fit a 4x8 piece of plywood inside this one?
No.
Okay.
No.
Because there was one that you could
Yeah.
in there, and I can't remember if it was the Ford or the Chevy.
It's a full-size. It was a full-size Ford and Chevy and Pontiac and Buick and Oldsmobile. And all
The
that.
4-door wagon.
The full size.
Okay.
Full size.
Okay.
This isn't 4 feet wide.
Okay.
And
Well, it stands out. It's a beautiful car, and I love the hand painted. Who did this? All painted.
yeah, that was
painted.
all hand done. It was all airbrushed.
Well, I appreciate you telling us. I'm Sean. We have a YouTube channel called Junkyards and Barn Finds.
Okay.
So I appreciate it.
Another thing you'll find. This is a California car. It was born in California.
Okay.
And it was born in California. You can tell by
The bumpers.
the bumpers.
Yep. I had a California bumper 57 Chevy Bel Air.
Okay.
So they're one piece.
These are smoothies.
Yeah.
And the one piece. And California, all their cars built in California at the time were one piece. They didn't allow 3-piece.
Right.
And so that's a big difference.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys have put one piece on, you know,
Right.
but not so.
Yeah. Well, the one I had was an 86, and at the time, it wouldn't matter because the whole car was only worth $2,500 back then. So, and then I cut my metal hood up on mine to put a snorkel through it, which would never ever do now.
Did you notice what I did to my hood?
Yeah, with the louvers.
It's kind of.
But it's period correct.
It's period correct. Yes.
Yeah, back in the day.
But these are the only modifications.
Yeah, you didn't French the headlights. I don't see any of the doors or
none of
anything like that. So.
None of that. It's got all its original metal and very, very little filler in it.
Wow.
You know, very, very little filler.
Now, did you paint it to be that color, or is it the original? Is it an original color?
no,
Because that looks like a Hugger Orange from Chevy or something, like a 69.
This color was, this thing was aqua blue and white.
Okay.
Like the old
Right.
55, 60,
Right.
70s were. This color is a PPG color called Infernal Red.
Okay.
It's supposed to represent fire.
Actually, I think that's the same color that they painted the Dukes of Hazzard car.
Could be.
because it looked orange. They all thought it was that Corvette orange, but it was a red.
Yeah.
So it's probably was this color because it kind of looks that way.
Yeah. This
Now,
is
did you lower it?
Yeah.
It looks a little lower.
It's down about 3 inches in front. Not so much in back. It just, I like the way it stands.
Right.
I
Yeah,
like
no, it has a nice look to it.
I like the way it looks from the side.
Yeah.
You know, it's not pronounced. It's not jacked way up in the front.
Right.
It's not dropped way down in the front, but it is a little bit lower. And then the interior is all original, like the like when the car was born.
Right.
You know, it's all black vinyl. It's got rubber mats, you know, rubber floor.
Right.
It doesn't have any carpet in it.
I guess they could rinse it out with a hose after they were done working.
Yeah. No radio, no clock, and that's the way it is. It's all standard. It's all stock inside, and outside the only thing that isn't stock, put the decal on it.
Right.
This is period correct. This is correct chrome.
Right.
On this Handyman. You know, just the way it is. That's what you'd find. On some cars, they have a 210 two-door.
Right.
And the chrome will continue down.
Okay.
Okay. The 150 is like that.
So the 150 was like the workman's basic car that they would buy when you have a business. You might have 4 of these for your deliveries or something.
Yep.
Like that.
Unless you had a sedan delivery.
Right.
Without the window.
Right.
You know, these windows don't crank. They're just there.
So there's there. So if you're in the back, you hope there's air conditioning, because if there ain't,
yeah, while there's air conditioning. I don't know if it gets all the way back there, but
you're the driver. You don't have to worry about that.
I don't have to worry.
Keeps people from asking for a ride.
This is the air conditioning in these cars.
Yep. Twin 55.
Back in the day.
Well, I'm Sean.
Sean, Tom Otto.
Tom, thank you so much for talking to me.
Yeah.
So very cool. Well, thanks.
I really like the car. And I just got it out 2 weeks ago. I just put the motor in it.
Oh, okay. What's it got under the hood?
It's got a kind of a souped up 350.
Okay.
And
is it an LS or is it the old school 350?
The old school.
Okay.
The old school.
Yeah.
Looks nice. Here, I'll show it to you.
Okay.
Kind of cool. You know, it's here again. I didn't do a lot to it.
Right.
It's got a little bit of chrome, but not much.
Well, it's not a track car.
Okay. It's just clean.
So it's just clean and pretty.
Yeah.
With air conditioning.
Yeah. With air conditioning.
Which is in Florida.
Yeah. You gotta have it.
You gotta have it.
Not this time of year, no. In the summer, believe me.
Well, today is just a perfect day for a show.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it's got a little bit of a cool breeze, but other than that, sunny, no chance of rain, and cool enough that you're not sweating every year.
But I really like the car.
And it doesn't have power steering.
No.
So
It's got manual brakes too.
So no power steering, yeah, no power brakes. Wow.
See that steering wheel in there? That's the old big old school.
That's why they cracked, because people were hauling on them.
That's a huge deal, and you gotta have it.
And then door panels would have just been kind of plain.
Door panels were just like that.
So
and they screwed in just like that.
So this is, if you'd have bought one of these cars, guys, they would be like this, just kind of like a base, like a base C10 truck would be now that you would see people. That's what these were, so they could rinse them out if they got sawdust and all that in them.
Vinyl, vinyl seats.
Big bench seat.
And what have you. But this is
not a whole lot of chrome. It's not like if you see one of those Bel Airs that have the big chromed front,
it's
thing.
not all fancied up.
No.
But it's back to original.
Nice.
Is what it is.
And it's different, and it's nice.
And that's what I like. It's that
you're not parking next to 2070, exact same thing.
Right. I brought it back and like that. I like that noise. No, I brought it back as an original.
Yeah.
And just the only thing we did was took the hood ornament off and put pinstriping on it, put pinstriping in the back.
Yeah. And did the hood, which that's what you would see on Mercuries and everything back in the day.
Yeah.
So that's what a lot of people did.
your shoebox Fords.
Yeah.
And what have you. And your
your Model A's.
Right, and all the Tri-5s.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Well, thanks.
Hey, thank you.
Very cool car.
Yep.
Thanks.
Have a good one.
How you doing?
Hi. Oh.
Oh, no, you're fine. I think I've seen this car before somewhere. I'm sure we've seen this car someplace, and I don't remember where. I think I've seen this before someplace. Let's see. Gorgeous interior. That's some fine leather work. Real snake?
No,
Oh.
it's
Or
fake
alligator? Oh,
and
okay.
it's Naugahyde.
Oh, okay. I love the steering wheel. That's like so retro. So very cool. Is this yours?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Sean.
Hi,
Junkyards
Sean,
and
Vanessa.
Barn Finds for our
Hi,
YouTube
you
channel.
do? Oh, I love the barn finds. Ooh.
But I think, I'm pretty sure I have seen this somewhere here.
You
Let's-
probably
are
have.
you-
You probably have.
Because it's not something you would forget.
No.
And I think because I remember seeing just the way that was.
Yeah, it actually was a race car out in California, and they
Okay.
took it off the track before they wrecked it. We actually had all the interior ripped out, and we did this. But the thing is so super straight, it's so super clean, it's amazing.
Well, it's
So the guy
absolutely
was smart.
stunning.
He took it off the track, but
Right before he destroyed it.
oh god, it made me sick. He was a famous race car driver out there.
And it's got a narrowed Ford rear end, I think, in it.
Oh yeah, but the tires aren't narrow. We had to.
No.
We had a heck
You
of
had
a time getting those tires on.
Yeah, I'm sure, because that's a tub. So
Yeah.
crazy.
And we had to deflate the tires and drop the whole rear end to get the things on.
Just to get them in there.
Mhm.
You would think that somebody would have thought about being a race car.
There's a 38, so we're not real sure what year they had it on race.
Really nice high-end manifold there. A lot of cool stuff here. The way the doors open up. Neat dashboard on this. No rear seating, but has no rear seating, and it's a 38, but it does have the opening in the back. Nice Corvette here, 66. $427. Can't ever complain about seeing a 427 Corvette. $392 Hemi car. Hellcat. And Subaru, some Super Hyundais. Newer Corvette. Got a nice Buick Grand National. Very clean Buick Grand National. And Corvette. Sweet Z28. Nice rag top. Nice 69 327. I think we've had this car before. I think I spoke to you before about this car, maybe not.
I think so.
Over,
Yeah, that was
that was about 2 months ago.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
yeah.
So
It's still here.
Still here. So it still has a 327 in it.
Yeah.
And you weren't on the Hot Rod Power Tour in Memphis.
It's very rare.
Someone didn't steal it yet.
It's very rare.
Wow.
I didn't know how rare it was until recently.
Yeah. Still beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
So.
It is.
And then is this a real Z or a bat? Used to be. So. And what's it got in? Is it the original 302 or?
No, it's 383.
383. Okay. Perfect.
Stroker motor.
And then has it got aftermarket brakes or anything put on it, or?
Now the brakes I didn't touch when I got the car, so I don't know anything about the brakes.
Still sweet though.
Yeah, I like it.
I like these are the best. The 67 69s to me are the best Camaros. So even to the modern ones.
Right.
You know. And here's the Grand National, guys.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with mine. Right now, I'm building a 29 Model A.
Let's see how many. Let's see. Miles on this is 58,000. 58,000 miles on this Grand National. It's not a GNX, just a regular Grand National, but nowadays these things are crazy money. And a lot of people think this is Jiffy Lube, but it's not. This means a turbo 6. It's like a turbo, but it's the number 6 for a 6-cylinder. But everybody thought they were the Jiffy Lube emblems, but they weren't. Huh?
I said, me again, don't give me any phone.
Well, I was debating, to be honest. If I were me, I would have never been one. I don't think I would have had the McLeod.
Are you talking? Is this yours? Oh.
She was talking to you.
That's, I have Junkyards and Bar Finds. We're a YouTube channel.
Okay.
So was it an original big block SS?
Yeah.
Okay.
96.
Oh, okay.
I mean, sorry, 98. That's 98. No, that's a 99. What the hell? 69. 60.
I was gonna say it looked like a 70, but I'm like, did maybe you pull? Maybe tell me where you got the engine from.
I was just telling him, he was talking about Alzheimer's disease. I just got it a flashback.
So it's an original 69 with the 69 big block in it.
That's 396 punched out to a 402 with a sniper fuel injection.
Okay. So all metal. Now, did they originally have a vinyl roof?
Some of them did, some of them didn't.
Because I'm wondering if this one did, because it has the chrome piece that goes all the way over.
Right.
So, and everybody took them off because that was a smart thing, or else you'd have a rag top right now.
Well, see, this was all chrome too. But
oh, okay.
Nowadays, everybody's painting them.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that was more like the 70, 71 models.
Well, my brother had a 70, but it never got past primer because he put all the money in the motor.
Yeah.
So, but that was back in the 80s. So.
That motor was built in Nashville, Tennessee by Buck's Motorsports.
Okay. And then what's it running for a rear end and it's got an M22 in it, or no? It's
I got all the specs right here.
Oh, look, you got your nose. Look it on.
I usually stick it in the window,
okay.
but I didn't today.
That's all right. So you got a 203 crank, okay, bored over 402, and then tranny's a turbo 400, okay, with the overdrive stall converter, and 323. So it's good for ride on the highway. Then you're not pulling 356s or anything that are.
They used to run
or 411s where you're just
drag
winding it
all
out.
the time. Yeah, but this
particular car went through 3 transmissions and 3 rear ends before we figured it all out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which means don't be driving around at 5,600 RPMs.
No, you can't do that.
So, is this a steel hood or a fiberglass?
That's steel.
That's steel. Okay. So beautiful car though.
Thank you.
And you don't see it. You're seeing more Novas than you used to, but a lot of them now are 4-doors that people are just saving because they can't get a hold of these anymore.
Because what they do is they put them LS motors in them.
Yeah.
Which, you know, them LS motors, they can turn on a dime.
Yeah, but I mean, back in the day, in the 80s, I'm 56. Back in high school, nobody would have a 4-door. A 4-door would give you a grandmother. You'd all you'd get a 4-door was to take the engine out and put it into a 2-door one that you
when
found.
I was in high school, I had a 71.
All right.
Yeah, 2-door.
Yeah. So now people are.
67 Mustang.
Yeah, now everybody's going to the Novas because a lot of them were saved. Because a lot of them never even were touched. You see them and they sold the moon hubcaps because they just sat in somebody's garage.
Well, see what it was with the 66 and the 67s, a lot of people drag raced them.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they tubbed out the rear end and all they had was 2 seats in them. But now, yeah, like you said, a lot of people are restoring them and putting them back to the original way they came out of the factory. Like I seen one last weekend go through Barrett Jackson auction for was $187,000. I almost fell over. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, well, I saw some Yankos last year up at Carlisle when they were featuring Novas, and they had some of the Yanko Novas up there, and those things they were ridiculous. I'm talking like 300, 400 grand for those things. Yeah. Because people didn't buy a lot of them. Everybody got the Camaros and everything else. So the Yanko Novas are like one of the like rarest of the Yanko cars.
Yeah. Well, see, I don't think they were actually registered as I don't know what am I trying to say, like
well, they were Copos.
a muscle car.
No, but you could get the Copo, the COPO,
right,
with them, and that's what he did. But there wasn't a whole lot of other people doing it.
No, that's what I'm saying. Back in the day when they first came out, they weren't.
They were like salesmen's cars.
A muscle. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, your grandparents owned them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The 66 and 67s.
And I think I guess it's from 60. Is it 68 to 72 that they pretty much have the same body style?
Yeah, pretty much. And then 73 to 74, some of them they went with a hatchback. But what they had to do with the 73s, that's when the ICC got involved, because everybody's getting hit in the rear end and the back end, so it exploded because of the gas tank. Right. So they put that 2 or 3 inch extension on the bumpers. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it made the car look retarded.
Yeah. And they also I think at that time, I think it's maybe it was the 75s that also were like GTOs. Like it was when they went to make like it was the same body for the GTO as well. So, I don't remember.
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah. They kind of looked the same, they just had a different front fascia on them. That's when they went to the weird plastic front fascias for stuff. Right. But yeah, these are the classic ones that I think everybody, and the years before, the style right before this, were great race cars.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm Sean.
Sean Pat.
Hey,
nice
Pat.
talking to you.
Peggy. Hey. So thanks for talking to the channel.
All right.
So appreciate it. Nice Roadrunner. There's a lot of Mopars here, guys. So here's a Roadrunner. And I think is this GTX?
I'll think about that.
And I think this is a GTX. This is a GTX. Plymouth. Maybe not. Yeah. Your GTX? Oh, okay. Junkyards and Bar finds our YouTube channel. So.
Yeah, I got his card once before. He did
I thought I saw it in the drawer.
He did a thing on.
Oh, You guys were up in what was the other car?
The guy, it was an El Camino.
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I thought I saw
Okay.
this card in North Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on your website. I watch it.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. This is part 1 of Wachee Springs. It's empty, but we have part 2. As you can tell, all these cars that are here is way too many cars just to fit in part 1. So we're gonna break this up to part 2. So please join us for part 2 coming up soon. Should they subscribe to this channel even if they don't like cars today for this one?
Probably just for this one.
Where it says merchandise store right here, merchandise store link, you will see it says https:/junkyards-barn-finds with, and you click on that and it's going to take you here.